Salty! Nice. Good evening, Twitch friends. Nice. And good evening to you, White Panther.
Nice.
Thank you very much for the bits.
Nice.
Super hype. Nice. Sharp Claw, welcome as well. Very nice to see you. Loose, I heard that noise from another tab and went, Stalma's here. Hello, friends.
Nice.
How long are we going to keep this going for? It's noise indeed. Bits. Welcome to yet another fascinating Friday. How has everyone's week been? I know a lot of you may have a long weekend. I do not, unfortunately. But May is full of holidays for us in Switzerland, and so I shall be having many days off during the month of May. I might have to go to bed. I'm dead. How can you be typing in chat if you're dead? Or are you a ghost, Panther? Are you talking to us from the grave? Because that's kind of creepy. I was hoping for a different song to underline that one, but that didn't work out. This is better. It's what you get when you have surprise. Interesting. Talking to us from the grave. And yet only one bit at a time? Surely if you're dead, you already have the power to like throw millions of bits down from heaven or wherever it is that you are. Luce, I'm with you, Salma. I'm in Headache Town too, been a long week. You look very legitimately disappointed. Nice. Sharpclaw webcam, yes, my chat fulfilled their desire of adding facecam. Thank you for the 100 bits, Panther. I was only kidding, marginally kidding. 98.6% joking. But thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, chat fulfilled the community challenge. What is it, 2 weeks ago? Oh my gosh, it's been 2 weeks. Yes, 2 weeks ago. And therefore, we now have face cam. And the next step will hopefully be bunny cam. But I need to do a bit more research about how to get our bunny camera set up in the right spot for that before I create the community challenge for that. And trust me, because I know how easy it was for you all to hit this challenge, the next one is going to be a lot harder. Definitely. Probably double the points. Yeah. So some shout outs are definitely due. Salma, first of all, if you are dead, then you deserve to be shouted out as well. So Salma, White Panther, you know, maybe she's alive, maybe she's not. She can throw bits down from wherever she is. That's for sure. Jordan, very nice to see you. Very, very nice that you were able to join. We shall be getting started very soon. We're just doing our usual intro.
Nice.
Dead. I'm dead. This is too much humor for one night. The second round of shoutouts go to Luce, because apparently there are also congratulations in order, from what I hear. If you're able to share or not share, but there are congratulations in order for Luce. So congratulations. And I guess we have to shout out Jordan, but we don't have a custom shout out for him. We can just shout out Jordan by saying, Jordan, it's really great that you're joining. Jordan is a buddy and is definitely into R, which is good because I'm not. Etienne, if I am interpreting correctly, then I am pretty sure I know who you are. And welcome and thank you for joining as well. Luce, I can share I am moving into DevRel as a developer advocate at MongoDB, and that is huge. So congratulations to you, Luce. You definitely deserve it. That is really, really cool. DevRel is the dream. It really is the dream. Get paid to show people how to do things. Or even better than teacher. Like, it's get paid for advocating for things that you think are important. Definitely you, Etienne. Wonderful. Wonderful. Now you know why last stream I said I prefer document databases. Yeah, now it makes a lot of sense. But it will be interesting because I'm gonna have to look into MongoDB a bit more. Definitely. So I think you all know what we're doing today, don't you? First of all, we can do this. Wow. We are looking into Chrome browsers and how they work. No, I'm kidding. We are trying to learn R. I mean, trying. So we got, I mean, I know a little basics of R. We did introduction to R last time. Don't feel like practicing again. It was a little bit too basic, but I think the intermediate level, I think the intermediate level is a good one. Why does your t-shirt match the browser? What can I say? I only buy CI/CD t-shirts, Panther. It's just what I do. I'm not able to buy t-shirts that don't match my stream. It's just the way it is. My heart almost stopped. Browsers? No, we will not look into browsers, but I'm wearing new swag on stream tomorrow. Ooh, that sounds nice. I look forward to that. It's going to be raining all weekend. I love how Automod has determined that I'll allow that one. It's no problem. I heard Edge has become pretty good. I wouldn't know because I am a firm Chrome user. I know that there are a lot of reasons not to use Chrome, and the main one for me is that the tie-in with the Google ecosystem is just very, very, very solid, and it works all the time. That I can't be arsed to change. If I would change, I would change to Brave. Performance and tracking blocking, which I know is ironic coming from someone who lives in the analytics world, but Yeah. I do feel that a lot of the tracking being done about us is definitely immoral and unethical and done without consent. If it's done properly with consent, then it's no problem, but a lot of it is not, and so it does, I think, needs a big stand. I think we need people to stand up to it and say no. But anyway, so we are learning R, and I thought I should warm up my fingers for typing, that is. And there's this very cool game called Type Racer. I don't know if anyone has ever played this. Oh, you were kidding at the end. Okay, no worries. Could have been a legit answer too, though. So this is kind of fun. We could actually create a little private race. Yes, 1 million ads. Fascinating ads. Let's just click all of them away. There we go. So, do you see any more ads? I don't see any more ads. I think that's all of them. I would never do a typing race from this laptop. Well, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. I'll paste the URL in chat, okay? And if anyone wants to join, they're more than welcome. How do I join this race whenever I'm ready? I would never do a typing race wearing this t-shirt. Why is that, Etienne? I mean, my t-shirt? Because I'm wearing a speed t-shirt. Panther, I'm dead, so I can't type. That's fine. I'm just gonna join race. We have to wait for competitors. Gotta flex. Gotta flex. I mean, surely 1 or 2 people want to come in. It doesn't really matter what you score. It's just for the giggles, right? So, just to warm up my fingers for typing. It would be nice to have 1 person in here to type with me. I'll wait patiently. New style, old style. Interesting. I mean, there are, like, according to Twitch, there are 7 people here, so there should definitely be people who are willing to try typing. Jordan. Maybe someone else. I can see who's here lurking, you know. You can't hide. You can't hide. Svenja. You cannot hide. I know everything. Just 1 person, because I can't even start this without at least 1 person here. It's not going to start. So we're not going to start streaming. We're not going to start learning R. You're holding up the entire stream right now. It's all on you. It's all your fault. Chrome shares too much info, and you see everything about us. Yeah. I don't know what to say to that. And Chrome leaks a lot of information. Especially with the whole flock. This is just 2 hours of Maddie waiting for a challenger. Maybe I should rename the stream title. Oh, here we go. Somebody's in. It's great. Thank you, whoever joined. We're only going to do 1 round of this anyway. Aww. The pop-ups are terrible. Oh, jeez. Well, congratulations to whoever won with 56 words per minute. That's a pretty decent score. Whew. Team win. Yeah, I mean, that was a tough one. That was quite tough. It is random, so yeah, I mean, I've scored like 75, 80 when I'm kind of in the flow, but yeah, most of the time not able to score very high. But I thought it would be fun to do that. So now that my fingers are warmed up, thank you very much to the challengers. We will start our journey to becoming an R ninja, or continue rather. So we will continue. Oh yeah. One thing about data camp. On my Mac keyboard, so I could have gone even faster on my MX keys. Yes, I mean, you mean this MX keys. Sharp Claw. What have we got here? That looks like Link. Oh, Opus Brain. That's very nice. I allow links in chat because we are still that level of acquaintance that it's fine. But if I see people abusing it, of course I will turn it off. But I'm playing, I just play all the music from Pretzel, so I don't get DMCA'd by Twitch. Because apparently they're super harsh about that. So about about data camp. If you have not been in a stream before, I have quite a few streams actually where I did stuff in data camp. All the previous streams you can find on YouTube. Link is in chat. I don't show the videos. There are sometimes videos in the data camp exercises where they explain some concepts or stuff. I don't play the videos on stream because I pay for this subscription and I feel it's not fair if I'm giving them the stuff for free later if the videos land on YouTube. So that's the reason for that. Also, I think it's probably breach of terms. So when the videos come up, I just read the transcriptions or I skip them because I'm hardcore like that. All right, so that was a mistake. Why did I do that? There we go. So you should be able to also see the bottom if I move this up a little. There's actually a little progress bar here, which I hadn't noticed last time. On the bottom here, it shows you what percentage you're at of each chapter. This one is 5 chapters. Yeah, 5 chapters. So we should be able to get through that today. First thing, the most basic form of comparison is equality. Okay, let's briefly recap its syntax. The following statements all evaluate to true. 3 equals 2 plus 1. Intermediate is not the same as R. True is not the same as false. Architect is not the same as architect. R is case sensitive. Wonderful. Alright, write R code to see if true equals false. Okay. I assume no. This condition is true, obviously, because they don't equal. That makes sense. Comparison of numerics. Likewise, check if -6 times 14 is not equal to 17 minus 101. Do I need to put these in brackets? I don't know. It's not equal. Ah, wait a second. Oh, but it is the same. No brackets. Check on the right, check R code to see if true equals false. Oh, right, yeah. Lol. Isn't it 2? I thought it's 2 and not 3. Unexpected equals. But if you do unequals, then it's, yeah, it's just 1 with unequals. Okay, so this is false. True is equal to false is false. This is fine. Okay, that makes sense. Next up, comparison of character strings. Ask R whether the strings use R and user. Okay. Use R is equal to user. And then finally, find out what happens if you compare logicals to numerics. True equals, oh, come on, and 1. Okay. Ah, interesting. Yeah, they don't like the brackets. So the thing is, like, as you said, Etienne, they rate brackets as an error. The reason is because they expect a very, very specific input. Of course, the brackets work, as we saw, but it's just for doing the course, they want to see you write the code specifically. Well, anyway, so there's also greater than small then, right? Our expressions. Okay, -6 times 5 plus 2. So this will need brackets. Is greater than or equal to. Oh, is you can highlight a chunk of code and press command return to run your code chunk. Oh yeah, exactly. I usually just run the whole thing. Backseating is definitely allowed. I didn't even put that in the tags, but this goes without saying that this one is... Backseating is actually welcome. Greater than or equal to -10 plus 1. False. -6 times 7 would be -42. Yeah, okay. Raining is less than or equal to raining dogs. Okay. True. Based on alphabetical order. True is greater than false. That's interesting. In SQL, this would probably not resolve. I actually don't know. I've never tried that because it just seems illogical. Oh wait, what? Okay. Now they want brackets? -10 plus 1. Oh, really? No, but it's telling me that the numerics... It's telling me the numerics are not working. One is greater than 0. Yeah, that makes sense. Boolean, classic Boolean. But why is this... Oh, really? Yeah, but the order of operations is off. Okay. Fine. I'm sometimes not a fan of data camp, just FYI. I've created 2 vectors for us. They've created 2 vectors for us. Okay. Yeah, I was very impressed by this. So Jordan, when you said that R is better than SQL, in this respect, I was very impressed with the whole vectors thing. That was pretty cool. That kind of blew my mind with the name entity and everything. So, use relational operators. On which days did the number of LinkedIn profile views exceed 15? Didn't we have to put these in a variable? Wait till you find out about tibbles. The hell's a tibble? Sounds like something dirty. I don't know, it just sounds like a dirty word to me. On which days did the number of LinkedIn profile views exceed? See, I don't remember anything we did last week. I know there was a thing where we had to assign, like, we had to assign something. Using relational operators without having to change anything about the syntax. Ah, you can do LinkedIn greater than 15. Oh yeah, of course. Ah, yeah, okay. Quiet days. Which days was your profile viewed only 5 times or fewer? When was your LinkedIn profile visited more often than your Facebook profile? Literally every day. Okay. So I know the days. This is very cool. Now I'm tempted to look up tibbles. I gotta peek ahead. Oh, but these are advanced data frames. Oh, in Tidyverse, yeah. Ah. Never changes the type of inputs, so it never converts string to factors, it never changes the name of variables, and it never creates row names. Ah, it's possible for a tibble to have column names that are not valid R variable names. Mm-hmm. Okay. You also need backticks when working with these variables in other packages like ggplot2. Okay. Fun. That sounds advanced. You all are just so much more advanced than I am right now. But I will kick your butt in SQL. Better data frames. Yeah, that makes sense. Also, Jordan, thank you for subscribing with Prime. When did you do that? Or maybe you didn't do that. I don't know. I don't see it in the alerts. Or I might have missed it between all the bits from Panther. I'm sorry if I missed it. When does views equal 13? Use the views matrix to return a logical matrix. Views equal 13. When is views less than or equal to... How many times are we gonna do this? Okay. For which days were the number of views less than or equal to 14? Again, have R return a logical matrix. The contents of variable views aren't correct. Do not remove or change the definition of predefined variables LinkedIn, Facebook, and views. Sorry, one sec. There's been a small alert. There's a fire nearby in a farmhouse, Okay. Don't open Windows, basically. Fair enough. So the contents of the variable views aren't correct. Okay. So this has created a matrix called views. For which days were the number of views less than or equal to 14? Is it the wrong way around? No, it is the other way around. Come on. Oh, that's angry. But I like it. The first row contains LinkedIn, the second row contains Facebook. The original vectors are still available as well. How do I access? It's actually please open Windows. Really? I have to read that again. Really? That's strange though. Why would they ask you to open the windows and close? Aha. Aha, if the Oh, I see. Okay, I have to inform everyone in the chat. So there is a fire in a farmhouse. The farmhouse has explosive materials in it, aka Dünger. Yeah. Fertilizer. And the fire could lead to a detonation, and it could be that the windows break if there is an explosion. But okay, give me 1 second. I need to check how far they are, because the explosion would have to be huge, but let me just check. Give me 1 sec here. We're just gonna check how far away Delicon is. So it's a few kilometers away. Give me 1 second to consult with my significant other. I'll be right back. Okay, so after consulting with my significant other, we have determined that it's far enough away that we don't need to open all our windows. World wake. What? What's the worst that could happen? What is this, Beirut? I don't know how big the farm is. I don't know how much fertilizer they have in there. But I don't think... Yeah, I think it's... I mean, I also think they're just taking precautions to avoid shattered windows. I mean, I am next to windows. I don't think it's avoidable necessarily. Like, you're supposed to stand in the middle of your room like this and wait for the thing to detonate, and it might not even detonate anyway. It's pouring with rain. Who knows? So that was like an 18-second track. Thank you so much. Surprise me station. There could be Russian ships involved. Where would the ships be? I'm in Switzerland. There is no place for a Russian ship to be. I love Windows. Maybe I should start using Apple. I don't think that would solve this particular situation. Okay, so please open Windows. I'm just reading chat, catching up. Maybe views equals 13. Oh yes, thank you. That seems a lot better. Thank you for spotting that one. And yet there is a navy in Switzerland. Yes, there is. But it's a very small one. Oh, here we have the first video. Okay, so we're going to show the transcript. Logical operators, blah, 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 and or not. We know that already from SQL. And versus pipe versus double pipe. Okay. The biggest difference occurs when you use two types of operations on vectors. Okay. And versus and. Okay. I got it, it's fine. Yay, XP, I'm a gamer. SQL probably doesn't have binary types. I don't know if R has them either, to be honest. I'm not sure I know exactly what you mean by binary types. You mean booleans? Like true false? Because SQL definitely has boolean as a type. Before you work your... Okay, I got it. I can't work with this. And pipe. Pipe. There are usually two kinds of and or operators. One that works with straight up bits. Okay. Before you work your way through the next exercise, have a look at following R expressions. All of these are true. I wouldn't know if that's the case in SQL Wake. I mean, I also don't know for R. I'm just starting to learn R. So in case you want to follow along, feel free to also try to learn R or check out the other courses on DataCamp. Not sponsored, by the way, just doing it. I actually pay for my own subscription. Maybe they should sponsor me. But then I couldn't say all the bad things about them, maybe. I don't know. I've said bad things about the other sponsors stuff, so it's good to pay attention. I agree, 100%. 100%. I mean, I try to pay attention. Chat usually distracts me, but you know, Friday night, what can I say? If there is a giant explosion, then my stream will stay up, but I will probably try to avoid the class or something. Just FYI. True, false, true. 5 smaller than greater equal to 5, and 2 smaller than 3. 3 smaller than 4. Pipe 7 smaller. This is an OR operator. Watch out. Okay. In this exercise, you'll be working with the last variable. This variable equals the last value of the LinkedIn vector. And LinkedIn vector representing the LinkedIn views your profile had in the last 7 days. remember? It's very accusatory. Why are they writing it that way? They could have just left this out. It's very aggressive. Both the variables LinkedIn and last have already been defined. Okay. Write our expressions to solve the following questions concerning the variable last. Is last under 5 or last above 10? True. Is last between 15 and 20 inclusive? Okay, so 15 greater than equal to last, and last greater than equal to 20. False. Sweetabix. Great! Yeah, makes sense to me. Okay. The social data has been created for you. LinkedIn exceeds 10, but Facebook is below 10. When were one or both visited 12 times? When is view? Okay. And pipe 2. Like relational operators, logical operators work perfectly fine with vectors and matrices. Both the vectors are available again, has been defined. Ready for some advanced queries to gain more insights into your social outreach? Yeah. I'm ready to find out more. When did LinkedIn views exceed 10 and did Facebook views fail to reach 10 for a particular day? So LinkedIn greater than 10 and Facebook below 10. False, false, true, false, 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 false. Okay. When were one or both visited at least 12 times? LinkedIn greater than or equal to 12. Shh, I can't type. Or Facebook greater than or equal to 12. Okay. Sweet track. I'm liking this one. What else is everyone up to on a Friday evening? Most people here are a lot of people here are actually based in Switzerland. Worldwake, where are you based? I'm not sure. Are you here for the first time, or you may have changed your username? Who knows? Also possible. You're here for the first time. Welcome. Glad you could join the stream today. What was your reason for joining the stream today? Something interests you in particular? When is the views matrix equal to a number between 11 and 14, excluding 11 and including 14? Okay. Views is between 11, exclusive. I heard that there was an explosion in a farm. And the pigs flew all over. I mean, it's raining bacon, which is pretty much, it's a pretty nice situation. Not gonna lie. I have to go with my, I have to get my sieve and go outside and catch the bacon. When is views between 11 and 14? Okay, views less than or greater than 14. Okay. Ooh, okay. In your code for the third construction, What? Why does this matter? Why does this matter? You're in the EU. Wonderful. So you're probably on the same time zone as us. Bravo! You'll have noticed how easy it is to use logical operators. The third day of recordings... Sorry, was the only day where your LinkedIn profile was visited more than 10 times. Yeah. But before we had... Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, it's a quiz. Okay. What would the following set of R expressions return? X is 5, Y is 7. Why would they do this? Oh, come on. Yes, I knew that Jordan would come in. It's like saying 3 greater than 2 or 2 greater than 3. Ah, yeah, okay. So 5 and 7. So like 3 knots, not, which negates a logical value. I'm pretty sure that this would throw an error, to be honest. Because it's a triple knot. No. Using a triple negation is not very useful, but is syntactically correct. So not means just not. Okay. 5 less 5 greater than... It negates the Boolean multiple times. 7 greater than 12 is false. So then it's true, false, true. 5 greater than 4 is true. Not. Honestly, what? This makes no sense to me. This makes 0 sense. Y greater than 12 gives you either true or false. Exactly. And 7 is not greater than 12, so it's false. And then it's... So then it becomes true. You can just click until you get it correct. True, false, true. Which is false. Because true and... But 5 is not less than 4. Okay. Yeah, I got the left side wrong. That makes sense. Because 5 is not less than 4. So it's false. No, you can backseat. Makes sense. No, Jordan, don't be quiet. I need to learn this stuff for sure. 5 is not less than 4. So this is true. Then this becomes false, and then this becomes true again. True and false is false. Yeah, okay. I can't farm that for XP either, unfortunately. With the things you've learned by now, you're able to solve some pretty cool problems. Not so sure about that. Instead of recording number of views for your own LinkedIn profile, suppose you conducted a survey inside the company you're working for. We've asked every employee with a LinkedIn profile how many visits their profile has had over the past 7 days. Okay. This data frame is available. Cool. Oh good, they didn't put the people's names, so they've stored it nicely. Alright. Select the entire second column. Oh yeah, I remember this now. Okay. Select the entire second column named day2 from LIDF data frame and as a vector and assign it to second. Second? I remember this. Second, LIDF, bracket, the entire second, it's row and then column. So all rows, second column. Does GDPR count in Switzerland, not being in the EU? So, the easy answer, because this is a massive question, Jordan, is if you are a Swiss company only doing business with Swiss citizens, then no. As soon as you have any business with entities outside Switzerland, meaning data processing or individuals or companies or whatever, then you have to conform to GDPR. But if you are like, for example, you're a store, like a tiny little shop, you have no website, and someone walks into your store and buys some jam, and then you ask them for customer details and you write those customer details on a piece of paper, you're not GDPR, you're not required to be not required to be GDPR compliant at that point. So as if anywhere, if GDPR applies to all EU citizens everywhere in the world. Yeah, exactly. So if it's a German citizen in Switzerland, then it's a different story. But they would have to have a permanent address in Germany and not permanent address in... That's why I said it's a complicated topic. And I'm not an expert in it by any means. I am streaming worldwide, so GDPR applies to me. But I'm not screwed because Twitch handles that for me. That's the nice thing. It's okay, I'm in the UK, so you don't need to be GDPR compliant with me. But do I have your consent for this stream? We can do a whole stream about consent. It would be terrible. Build a logical vector. Can I run this first, just to see? Could not find function. Yeah, whatever. It's not a function. Ah! It's not thingy brackets. These ones. Square brackets. I pull my consent right now. Okay, then you need to leave Twitch. Wake. I'm sorry. Okay. So now it's in second. That looks right. Shit, I was kind of having fun. No, don't leave. Don't leave. We like having you here, I promise. I appreciate you. Build a logical vector. Use second to create a logical vector that contains true if the corresponding number of views is strictly greater than 25 or strictly lower than 5, and false otherwise store this logical vector as extremes. Okay. I was kind of having fun. Great, you're a great streamer. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Do you watch a lot of streams? Just so I can, like, you know, put your comment on the scale of how awesome this feedback was. It's obviously great feedback, but if you watch, like, I don't know, if you've been on YouTube since, like, if you've been on Twitch since, like, 8 years and you tell me I'm a great streamer, then it carries more weight, you know? It's a 5 out of 10 feedback. That's cool. I'm happy with that. It's average. I'm okay with average. I mean, I stream for myself. The fact that you're all here watching is pretty hilarious. Parents from Belgium. 50% of the people might agree. Terrence, welcome back. Haven't seen you for a while. Great that you could join again. Obviously, timing is, you know, 10 p.m. for you if you're in Belgium. You may be from Belgium. I need to be GDPR compliant, so I can't ask you for your location. Can we please have your feedback as a character and then add it to a factor? You have to write all feedback from now on in Twitch chat. All needs to be in R code. Thank you. Build a logical vector. True if value in second is extremes. Logical vector. R pirate code. I like how this song is called Two Shots of RI. I make too many poor jokes. That contains true if the corresponding number of views is strictly greater than 5. Logical vector. I feel like I'm missing something on this one. Can you use if else in R? Oh no, Jordan has just written. Thank you, Jordan. I appreciate your 50% probable good and terrible feedback. Do we know what's a logical vector? I feel like we should know, because yeah, it was basically this series of true, false, true, false, true, false, false. Is feedback strictly non-negative 0 going up to 1 inclusive? I'm too stupid to understand your question, Terrence. I'm sorry. A logical vector is just a vector containing just logical values. Yeah. Okay. So how do I assign the vector if the condition is true? Like we said, like x over, you know, like x greater than y. So if we do extremes and then assign this, then it'll only do it if it's true. Because he says feedback is greater than 0.5, that means you've got a 1-step unit less chance of having good feedback. It's true. It's unfair. It's true. Jordan's written it slightly skewed in favor of terrible feedback. Thank you, Terrence. That's true. So I know that Jordan is now malicious. That makes sense. This is what my brain feels like right now, this music. It's exactly what my brain feels like. Like some crazy boss fight, and I'm just like, what? So this is going to be based on second. Take a shot and relax, man. Yeah, take a shot of my water. I don't drink on stream. Isn't it like 9 p.m. in Switzerland? It is. It's actually 10 p.m. So assign second to extremes when second is greater than CEST, or rather I just write CET because it doesn't change. in the notation. UTC plus whatever. 2? I don't remember anymore. You're in EEST. Okay. Oh, it's an hour ahead of you. An hour ahead of us. Arabia. Daylight time. That's cool. Thank you for joining when it's so late for you. Arabia, what? I'm going to close our blind and I'll be right back. I promise. I saw something sad today that was also funny. Well, it wasn't very funny, but it was a bit hopeful. Interesting. Yeah, the recommendation is to just close our blinds because of the potential for explosion. So it was sad, less than funny, less than hopeful. Etienne, you're already very good at R. I just stick to GMT +1 or +2. Honestly, never know which time zone we are at. There are lots of street cats here. So I saw a street cat. Okay. Strictly greater than 25 or strictly lower. Second, strictly lower than 5. Count the number of trues. The street cat looked super sad. I looked at it and it looked like it had a lot of damage to its eye area, but the good part was that it was actually waiting in front of a small doctor's office, just sitting there. Interesting. Okay. Etin's just confused. Oh, nice. Okay, so I understood this now. And Jordan's code was wrong because he wrote and and operator. No, wait, does that also mean or? Maybe I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
In this chapter, you already learned about relational operators.
Go away. Sorry for sound explosions, if that was too loud. Conditional statements. Yay! Finally, we can use if. Yeah, I already understand how if works. Being a JavaScript person. JavaScripter. Knowing how to write JavaScript. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't close the blinds here. Wait. Oh, sorry, I was muted. Did you take a picture, Wake? I don't like this song, I'm sorry. You took 2 pictures. Yeah, you can post the picture, it's fine. You can post an Imgur link or something. I trust you that it's not one of those. Don't worry, I have mod view open, so I can very quickly just, you know. Feel free to share if you'd like. Yeah, just make sure it doesn't reveal any personal information from you, obviously. But you know that you've been on the internet long enough, right? Most definitely. How long has everyone here been on the internet? Like, when was the first time that you got to use the internet? I will tell you my internet story after you tell me yours. I promise. Okay, examine the if statement. 1994, okay. Very nice. What was the occasion? $1998, okay. At home where my father had a modem. Trying to chat with people around the world. I know, right? It's crazy. My mom and stepdad met on the internet in 1996. crazy world we live in. Before diving into some exercise on if, have another look at its syntax. So the same as JavaScript. Medium blah blah blah. If blah blah blah. If something. We'll write beautiful code today. Num views. Code an if statement that prints you are popular to the console if num views variable exceeds 15. Okay. Cool. You can only use an else in combination with an if, blah blah blah. So this is where I definitely have an advantage over someone else learning R, because I already know JavaScript, so I know if-else structures. Unknown medium gets printed out to the console. Add an else statement to both control structures. Hello, noob. We should definitely greet noob. Oh. Shared sad cats. Interesting. There were two of them. Yeah, I see what you mean about the eye. Thank you for sharing that. Wait, what? We have 150 followers? You're joking. How did you find that out, noob? Did you just check my profile or something? I didn't even realize. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. So that's pretty awesome. That is Ruben. Thank you very much for bringing us to 150 followers. That's pretty cool. I didn't realize. When I open your stream, it's shown. Yeah, it's true. Thank you, Noob, for calling attention to that. And also, Noob, shout out for you. Definitely go check out his stream. VTuber, so very, very interesting visual content that I cannot provide in the same way. Coding a very, very cool extension that you can use for Twitch, Memebox. I've been doing that for a while. Episode 91. It's definitely been taking a while. Yeah, but it's a very big topic, obviously, using memes. Coding and a broken avatar. What else do you want more? Exactly. I'll tell you what your avatar is. Garbage. I love this meme. I love it. So we need an else structure. If else something, print brutal. I think Sharpclaw understands this. I don't understand what that means. Google Translate will help me. Brutal in Cyrillics. Oh, but is it like the same intonation? The same, sorry, pronunciation? It's no language. Oh, it's just the literal characters. Okay. Google Translate said Serbian. I was like a bit dubious. So if medium LinkedIn, else it could be. Oh, okay. Print Else print unknown medium. Unknown medium gets printed out to the console when the if condition on medium does not hold. Okay. And what about this one? What do we print here? Probably something else idiotic. Print try to be more visible. What kind of recommendation is that? Honestly. Oh, parsing script. Unexpected else. Oh, what? This is sensitive to this? Do you even job? Or job hunt? Else has to go on the same line as the closing? Wow, I didn't know that. Interesting. It's not a JavaScript thing, is it? Do I job hunt? I do work. RTFM. You RTFM, never assume. Y'all are just savage today, honestly. Worldwake, I do work 100% actually of the time. No, sorry, I have a full-time job. It doesn't mean that I work 100% of the time. But I'm always open to opportunities, of course. Something interesting should come along. The else if statement allows you to further customize. Yes, we know. Add the code to print correct string when condition is true. So if it's true, showing Facebook information. Remember that R is case sensitive. Okay. There's also no semicolon at the end of the structure. Interesting. Your number of views is average is printed. I'm just printing stuff. Whatever. This kind of stuff is boring for me. Now it gets to be interesting. Have a look at the following statements. I don't think semicolons are ever used in R, at least never in my experience. Well, if you say so, Jordan, it must be true. I think. Examine the following code chunk. Sure. Can I not copy the whole thing? Okay. Whatever. Have a look. If number is set to 6, small gets printed. If number is set to 100, blah, blah, blah. Select the option that lists all the true statements. Okay. 2 and 4, 1 and 4, 1 and 3, 2 and 3. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 as options. Okay. If number is 6, small gets printed. If number is set to 100, R prints out medium. If number is set to 4, extra small. If number is set to 2500, R will generate an error. Result will be not defined. Select the option that lists all the true statements. Oh, sorry. Okay. If number equals 6, 6 is greater than 10. 6 is smaller than 10, that's true. If number is smaller than 5, extra small, else small, that is correct. 1 is correct. Okay, so 1 is correct, so it would be 1 and 4 or 1 and 3. So if number is set to 4, extra small gets printed. That's correct. Let's check 3. Let's check 4. Number is 2500, R will generate an error. 2500, no. Jumps to else if number, no. It will result as large. It won't be an error. So it is 1 and 3. Slap. I will wait here while you all praise me. Quite like this track. Alright, so in this exercise you will combine everything that you've learned so far. Thank you, Etienne. I was only 92.6% joking that time. In this exercise, you will combine everything that you've learned so far: relational operators, logical operators, and control constructs. You'll need it all. Let's see if we can do it without reading. If both LinkedIn and Facebook are 50 or higher, set SMS equal to double the sum of LinkedIn and Facebook. If LinkedIn, in this case, you're only 96.2% awesome. Thank you. If LinkedIn and Facebook are 15 or higher, greater than equal to 15, and Facebook 15, then SMS smaller than 2 times LinkedIn Facebook. If both LinkedIn and Facebook are strictly below 10, if both LinkedIn and Facebook are strictly below 10, else if LinkedIn and Facebook are strictly below 10, then only times 0.5, else is equal to LEI plus FB. Print the result of SMS. Run. 24. Submit. Okay. I don't need to play around with the solution. It's fine. Beauty. Very cool. All right. So we have completed chapter 1, conditionals and control flow, which was technically a free chapter. So y'all can actually sign up to DataCamp and do this one for free. Although we've just done it together. How is R now? Yeah, I like it. It's funky, much like this song. I'm sure Jordan will say something along the lines of, it's more powerful than SQL. I think they're different in a lot of different ways. They're very different languages. I can see some things being easier in SQL, but I don't know enough about R yet to really make an assessment of when I would use what. I wrote a blog post. I know. I know. Feel free to link it. Is SQL a programming language? Yes. Much as R is a programming language. So R is accessing and playing with data, like SQL, yes. Jordan, you can link your blog post in here. It's a very good one, actually. Actually, all of Jordan's content is bellissimo. I mean, SQL is a query language. It's a programming language because you can define functions. You can define functions, so it's a programming language. Jolly. So these are about loops. I know a bit about loops already because of JavaScript. I'm comfortable. I'm comfy. Let's get you started with building a while loop from the ground up. While X, yeah, okay. While something, then do something. Simple. So speed is 64. So while speed higher than 30, inside of the body of the while loop, print slowdown. Okay, fair enough. Some versions of SQL are Turing complete and therefore can be considered programming languages such as T-SQL, but most are just querying languages. I suppose it's like the debate of whether HTML is a programming language. Ultimately, I don't think it really matters. Inside the body of the while, print slow down. Inside the body of the while, decrease the speed by 7. And assign this new value to speed. This step is crucial, otherwise your while loop will never stop and your session will expire. Fun. Throw in more conditionals. When the speed was too high, slowdown got printed, resulting in a decrease of your speed by 7. Several ways in which you could make your driver's assistant more advanced. Okay. Print paste. Your speed is speed. That's interesting. If the speed is greater than 48, have R print out slow down big time. Print okay, and then speed is speed minus 11. Otherwise, have R simply print out slow down and decrease the speed by 6. Okay. If the session keeps timing out and throw an error, you're probably stuck in an infinite loop. Nice. Your speed is 64. Slow down big time. Your speed is 53. Slow down big time. Your speed is 42. Slow down. Your speed is 36. Slow down. Okay, wonderful. Very, very wonderful. Indeed. Initialize the speed variable starting at 88. There's some very rare situation in which severe speeding is necessary. What if a hurricane is approaching and you have to get away as quickly as possible? This sounds like justification for speeding to me, which I know a little bit about. You don't want the driver's assistant sending you speeding notifications in that scenario. This seems like a great opportunity to include the break statement. When R encounters it, the while loop is abandoned. Dump the while loop that such is abandoned when the speed of the vehicle is greater than 80. This time the speed variable has been initialized to 88. Keep it that way. While speed is over 30, print paste your speed is speed. Break the while loop when speed exceeds 88. If speed greater than 80, break. Run. Boop. Easy peasy. Build a while loop from scratch. The famous I. Okay, so while I is less than 10, print out the triple of I. 3 times I. They already wrote the answer for us. Thank you so much. Prints out the triple of I at each run. Is abandoned with a break if the triple of I is divisible by 8. If I divided by 8, then break. But still prints out the triple before breaking. Print 3 times I. Oh. What did I do wrong here? There's something wrong with the print? But it did print it. Oh, modulo. Was it 3 modulo I? Was that the syntax? I forgot about this. I forget the syntax. Double percent, that's right. Thank you, Jordan. See, here's where R is truly a bit asinine. Like, why not just have the asterisk? But 3 times I... Interesting. That still doesn't work. Wait, what's division in R? No, that's... okay. It's my check. Yeah, because this works. This totally works. I can see it outputting 3. Oh. Checking if divisible by 8. Oh. What? Fascinating. So, oh, because of no remainder. Oh, right. Because modulo checks for remainders. So if it's divisible, every number is divisible, but it would be remainder. Oh, yeah. Oh. See, this is why I need you backseating, Jordan. You see? For loop. Yeah, okay. I also know about for loops. Let's proceed. Where are we now? 50% through loops. Jesus, I thought we would get through all these today. Not looking great. You can use it to check if something is an even number, for instance. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Okay. Loop version 1. Write a for loop that iterates over all the elements of LinkedIn and prints every element separately. Do this in 2 ways, using loop version 1 and loop version 2 in the example. Okay. For P. For L in LinkedIn. Print L. Okay. For L in one length LinkedIn. That won't work, will it? I think it has to be I, doesn't it? Well, we'll try with L and see what happens. Probably not going to work. Although it might. Print. Jesus, Ian. Welcome. Your fart timing was pretty good because it was just at the end of the track and it just scared the bejesus out of me. Good to see you. Good to have you. Yeah, that works. What an entrance. Yeah, like all these calm tracks and then just someone let one rip like straight into my ear holes. Yeah, so this works. It's probably not best practice to write it as L, but you know me, I'm a rebel. Or P. Or whatever. I'm just gonna write I in NYC. Why are they having me do this again? Notice you need double square brackets to select the list elements in loop version 2. Because it is a list. Correct. Print I. Okay. How are you doing, Ian? Been a while, I think. Since we've seen you around. At least around these parts. NYC. What are we trying to select? Oops, that's the wrong bracket. That's the wrong bracket. There we go. Staten Island. Wonderful. Philip mentioned that for loops can also be used for matrices. Sure. For... No. No. Not this one. That's good. I'm actually going to change the station after this. Because I like this sort of chill tracks coming up now. Quite enjoying it. TTT. For I in TTT, define the double for loop. The inner should use J in one n call TTT. So this is for the number that's to loop over the columns. And then I want to print paste. What do I want to paste? On row, on row, I, and column. Can you do paste with multiple arguments? The board contains where X is the value in that position. Unlimited arguments, wonderful. It's just what I assumed. But how do I get X? Cool, this is like instantly breaking. Oh, does it automatically space? I didn't realize that. Something missing here. Oh, I forgot the N row. Of course. That's why the NAs are coming in there. N row, TTT. So loop through the rows and then loop through each column. Unlimited arguments, paste auto spaces. Paste 0 has no spaces as a separator. Thank you, Jordan. X is the value on that position. So I need to define X. What was the value? Oh, what was the value at that time? I need to assign the value to X. TTT. Okay, I'll change after this song because this one's kind of cool. I don't get how to define the value of the position. Don't remember what that was. Tic-tac-toe. Value x, 0 and NA. Print out TTT in the console. On row 1 there's an O, while on row 3 there's NA. Doing this in R is a breeze. I believe so. That we are still live new. Twitch says yes. Subset X using I and J. Subset. That's what that was. But I have no conditions. Oh, seems so that's good. Had 20-second no video feed. Oh dear. Sounds like my problems I was having with my internet. My ping is still running. I've had it running since this morning. They did a firmware update of my modem. And there's been basically 0 packet loss. I can see 1 packet that didn't go through. 2. Yeah, it's basically like 100%, which is pretty awesome. Twitch says that everything is stable, so you also need X outside your marks. Yeah, I was just playing around actually, Jordan, but yeah, it would have to be here, but X won't be defined. Oh, wait. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Ha! Didn't even need to use subset. You can just define it for TTT at that time. You can just assign it that way. I'm very proud of that one. Yeah. Because it's already within the nested for loop. That makes sense. Let's return to the LinkedIn profile views data. Okay. I don't understand the whole obsession with the LinkedIn thing, but fine. In the first exercise for for loops, you already did a simple printout. A little more in-depth interpretation of this data wouldn't hurt. Oh, as with the while loop, you can use if and else statements inside the for loop. Okay, I don't want Christmas music playing right now. Sorry. If I don't come across matrices a lot in my work because I don't do a lot of stats that require sparse matrices. Yeah, I don't even know how to interpret when you would use what thing yet. Like vector versus matrices, right? Or list versus whatever. That's something I'm still figuring out, so. So for Lee in LinkedIn, if the vector's element value exceeds 10, so if lie the vector's element value, I feel like I need to use the thing. Now let's try it this way first. Print out your popular. Okay. If the vector's element value does not exceed 10, print out be more visible. Do you know anyone who's invisible? This is nonsense. Absolute nonsense. Okay, so add an if statement with a break. If... Oh, we have to add it up here. Don't we have to add this here? It would be wrong otherwise. Else if the vector's element value exceeds 16. Oh no, they want a separate if. If li, is this still in the for loop? Yeah. If li is greater than 16, print this is ridiculous. It is ridiculous. I'm out of here. And have har abandoned the for loop. Okay. Add an if statement with next. If LinkedIn is lower than 5, print out this is too embarrassing. And fast forward to the next iteration next. Okay. Okay. Probably spelled this wrong. Yeah. Misspelled embarrassing, that's why it didn't work. Great. For break next, we name it You Can Do It. String split! I love splitting strings. It's just one of those cool things to do. Don't you agree, chat? I do quite like string manipulation. R count. In the editor on the right, we already went ahead and defined a variable R quote. Okay. This variable has been split up into a vector that contains separate letters and has been stored in a vector chars. Chars? Charles. With the string split function. Can you write code that counts the number of R's that come before the first U? Maybe? Can I? I don't know. We can try. R count. 0. I'm not even tired, I'm just yawning a lot. It's a bit weird. I'm actually like quite full of energy. It's just strange. Very strange. Finish the for loop. For car in cars. If car equals if car equals R, increase the value of R count by 1. Okay. R count assigned to R count plus 1. Okay. Else if car equals U. Oops. Leave the for loop entirely with a break. Finally, print out the variable R count to the console. Does that work? Is that not printed out? Oh, sorry. Here. Five. So, can you write code that counts the number of R's that come before the first U? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the U. Seems correct to me. Formidable. This exercise concludes the chapter on while and for loops. Hey! Second chapter done. Conditionals and for loops, or loops, done. Now we go into functions. Ooh, that should be interesting. Don't autoplay the video. See, sometimes it autoplays the video when I hit transcript, sometimes not. Functions concept. Okay, we had a list function, we used print. I understand functions. Okay, this references a lot of stuff in the video. Very tricky to kind of understand this without watching the video, but basically I understand how functions work, so that's not such an issue. Functions may be a daunting concept, but knowing all about them is important to get a good understanding of R in general. R functions are used literally all the time. So functions work like a black box. You give some values as an input, processes it, generates an output. R matches function arguments by position or by name, and function arguments can have a default value, which can be overridden. If you do not specify the value of an argument that has no default, an error will occur. Okay. Has everyone in chat fallen asleep? It's gone very quiet. I've earned 2450 daily XP. I'm very pleased with myself. Lots of incoming messages. We'll check those later. Before even thinking of using an R function, you should clarify which arguments it expects. Help sample. What? Okay. Mean. Does this even work? I don't know if that works. Inspect the arguments of the mean function. X something. It's supposed to open the documentation. Yeah, I had some issue. Oh, look at that. Exit page, whatever. It's unresponsive because there's some kind of error with it. And I don't really care. Doesn't matter. Fine. I don't read documentation. Nobody in the claw reads documentation. Oh, I should probably specify what the claw is. The claw is our Discord community, which is beautiful and really, really cool, and a lot of great people. And if you want to learn or chat with us, like-minded folks, dev backgrounds, data people, artists, all kinds of cool people, feel free to join. Links in the chat. And documentation on the mean gives us a lot of information. Computes arithmetic mean, x arguments, x and something something something. The vector containing numeric, logical, or time related. It's terrible. I don't understand where the yawning comes from. I'm like ultra motivated today. Maybe my body's tired, I don't know. Remember that R can match arguments by position and by name. Can you still remember the difference? You'll find out in this exercise. I think the answer is no, but yeah. Once more, you'll be working with the view counts of your social network. I don't like social networks. Calculate the average number of views for both LinkedIn and Facebook. Mean, LinkedIn, Facebook. Inspect. Oh, we have to do them respectively. Why would I do this? I'm not gonna experiment. Whatever. Average FB, mean, Facebook. Mean Facebook, bad. Average FB. Spectacular. I'm sure you've already called more advanced R function in your history as a programmer. What? Are they just assuming my role? Check the documentation on the mean function. No. The usage section includes 2 versions. Oh, there's mean x. Yeah. And then there's with trim and na.rm. Default S3 method. Ellipsis. Blah, blah, blah. Just work with the second usage of the mean function. Notice that both trim and NARM have default values. This makes them optional. Okay. Calculate the mean of the element-wise sum. LinkedIn. And store the variable in average sum. Like this. And this is called average sum. Average dum-dum. Dum-dum. Calculate the trimmed mean of the sum. I really like this track. I'm just a big EDM fan. I think that's just my favorite type of music. After listening to so much music over the years, it's just the one that really gets me going the most. What's your type of music, chat? Techno. Depends, Jordan. I used to listen to a lot of classic Tiesto. A lot. But I do quite like techno. I quite like hardstyle as well. Just hard to play. Can't play hardstyle on stream. There's like no hardstyle in Pretzel, and everything else will get me DMCA attacked. So calculate the trimmed mean. Calculate the mean once more, but this time set the trim argument equal to 0.2. Okay, copy paste. Average sum trimmed. Mean blah blah blah. Trim equals 0.2. Inspect both new variables. Average sum trimmed. Run. They're the same. Can you spot the difference? Oh. It's like that. Calculate the mean of the element-wise sum of LinkedIn and Facebook. Oh, do I not need the sum in there? Oh, of course, because it just does the totals. Yeah, that makes sense. Element-wise, not the total of the whole thing, yeah. Oh, but that's interesting. Hold on a second. So I don't need the mean of the sum. So mean of LinkedIn plus Facebook. Probably need a bracket here, no? Maybe not. Maybe not. Ah, okay. 0.2 trim means how many decimal places? When the trim argument is not 0, it chops off a fraction. A fraction of the vector you pass. Interesting. So you listen to a lot of techno, Jordan? In the video, Philip guided you through the example of specifying arguments of the ST function. Yeah, okay, maybe. We didn't watch that. If you had a good look at the documentation, you'll by now that mean also has this argument. NARM specified whether or not to remove missing values from the input vector. Charlotte DeWitt. Oh, okay. Sounds cool. I can remember. Yeah. Very minimal, right? Charlotte is very minimal. Enrico San Giuliano, okay. Adam Bayer, These are very known names to me. Drum code, okay. I listen to more vocally stuff, so a lot of stuff on ASOT, from, you know, Armin's kind of stuff. Yeah, it's I guess it really depends on the day. So A plus B. Yeah. Armin van Buren. Oh, Above and Beyond, yeah. Oh. I am in love with their acoustic albums. I cannot believe the production value of those. It really blew me away. State of Trance, yeah, ASOT. Sorry, yeah, didn't write that one out. Yeah. No, just I remember getting their first acoustic album that they released and put it on, and I laid on the carpet in my living room and just played the entire album without moving. It was just lying there on the ground. It was incredible. Yeah, and Juna Beats is their label. That's right. I also listen to stuff from Juna Beats. Yeah, there's even Pretzel actually has a Juna Beats stuff in the library. There's some white label stuff that they released there, which is pretty cool. Yeah. Basic average of LinkedIn. Basic average of LinkedIn, 0. Calculate the average number of LinkedIn profile views without specifying any arguments. Simply print the result. Mean LinkedIn. Okay. Advanced average of LinkedIn. Okay. Mean of LinkedIn. But this time tell R to strip missing values. NA.rm equals true. So the mean of LinkedIn is not available because there's NA. It's like nulls. It's just like nulls. Calculate the mean absolute deviation. You already know that R functions return objects that you can then use somewhere else. Pro tip, you can just type T instead of true and F instead of false. Funny, I'm wondering why Stream Elements now talked about donations. It's very weird. Very, very weird. So na.rm equals T. Ah, that's very cool. Thanks, Jordan. Very helpful. So the mean absolute deviation, use abs on LinkedIn minus Facebook to get the absolute differences between the daily. Place the call to abs inside mean to calculate the mean absolute deviation. In the mean call, make sure to specify na.rm equals T. Run. LinkedIn. Cool. 4.8. Submit. That's cool. Thanks for the tip, Jordan. That is much faster. By now you'll probably have a good understanding of the difference between required and optional arguments. Let's reverse this difference by having one last look at the mean function. Okay. X is required. If you do not specify it, R will throw an error. Trim and RM are optional. Which of the following statements about read table function are true? Oh. It doesn't open the stupid documentation. Actually wonder if I think that there is an alias for one of my commands Interesting. So I've used because he wrote pro tip, and tip is one of the keywords. That's hilarious. have to update that so it doesn't trigger anymore. Pro tip. I think there's a site called R documentation that Datacamp tries to load, so you can just check that. Yeah. rdocumentation.org. Pro tip. Yeah, feel free to donate. Read.table. Data input. Thanks for that, Jordan. What was the question? Header, sep, and quote are all optional. Header, sep, and quote. Yes, optional. So 1 is definitely true. Great, so we've eliminated this one. 2. Row names and file encoding don't have default values. Row names, file encoding. Yep. So it's 1 and 2, and now the question is whether 3 and 4. I'm sure they did this on purpose. Oopsie. Read table myfile text dash true will throw an error. Yes, because it's not specifying which argument is true. 1, 2, and 4. What? File encoding has an empty string as a default value. On top, if you explicitly name arguments, you can shuffle the order, making 4 a false statement. Oh, you don't have to specify the names? Well, row names in file encoding don't have default values. Row names. File encoding is none. Does that count as a default value? Huh. Empty string as default value. That was a pretty shitty trick question. Okay, well, we are going to write functions. Wow. Okay. I didn't know we would write our own function. Cool. A function typically serves a particular need. Triple function. Math magic. Yeah. We can write our own function. I've written functions before. How to. Okay. How to. Function. Now we have arguments. So, create a function called powto. It takes one argument and returns that number squared. Notice that this recipe uses the assignment operator just as if you were assigning a vector to a variable. This is not a coincidence. Creating a function in R is the assignment of a function object to a variable. Yeah. Create a function powto. It takes one argument and returns that number squared. arg1. Now, how do I define that in the body? arg1 times arg1. Call this newly defined function with 12 as input. Okay, powto 12. 144. Seems to work fine. Next, create a function called sumAbs. Okay. These are sumAbs, yo. It takes two arguments. Nice track. Very nice track. Astro Dance. This is really groovy. I like this one. Next, create a function sumAbs that takes two arguments, returns the sum of the absolute values of both arguments. arg1 plus arg2. Use the function. sumAbs with -2 and 3 is 1. Oh, right. The absolute value. That seemed too easy, didn't it? Run. 5 is the absolute value. Correct. Noise. Okay. Define the function hello. Hello. Function. There are situations in which your function does not require an input. Let's say you want to write a function that gives us a random outcome of throwing a fair die. Define a function hello, it prints hi there. And returns true. Can I just write T now? I wonder if that works. Yeah. Okay. What? Call a function and returns true. But yeah, but when did they say to define... When did they say to define x equals true? What? It is returning true. What's with the exclamation? So I needed the brackets to call the function, yeah. I realized that as well. I just don't understand. Oh. It prints hi there and returns true. Yeah, I did that. It does that. It's the string they're asking for. Oh. What? Oh, not a Boolean value. Check your call of print. Oh shit. Exclamation mark. Thank you, Jordan. Okay. Come on, we can do these. Do you still remember the difference between argument with and without default values? Yes, I do. Finish the pow2 function. X to the power of 2, print paste x to the power of 2 equals y, return y. Yeah, they just string match the answers. They can't make the... They'd have to parse every single thing, and I don't think it's possible. Add an optional argument named print info. That is true by default. Print info equals t. Maybe I have to write true though, because it won't validate. Wrap an if construct around the print. If something if print info equals true. Okay. Double equals for true. How to with 6. 6 to the power of 2 equals 36. 36. Cool. Okay. An issue that Philip did not discuss in the video is function scoping. It implies that variables are defined inside a function and not accessible outside that function. This is the global versus local variables thing with JavaScript. Same thing. Y is only a variable here, not here, and not here. Okay. Which statement is correct about the following chunk of code? 2 dice is 4. Okay. Possibilities 1 to 6. Dice 1, size 1. Dice 2, size 1. Dice 1 plus... Okay, it's the total of 2 dice. Executing 2 dice causes error. No. Executing res 2 dice makes the contents of dice 1 available outside the function. Whatever the way of calling 2 dice function, R won't have access to dice 1 and dice 2 outside the function. This is true. If I do that, and then I do res dice 1, no, this is not true. So this one is true. Voila. You might wonder whether R passes arguments by value or by reference. It's not something I wondered, but the title gives it away already. R passes arguments by value. What does this mean? Simply put, it means that an R function cannot change the variable that you input to that function. Triple. 3. What? Could not function triple. Oh, okay. So A is 5, triple A is 15. Afterwards, this new X is returned, but if you call this function, booyah. Inside the function would ripple through to the variable A outside the function. That's not correct. However, R passes by value, so the R objects you pass to a function never change unless you do an explicit assignment. A remains equal to 5 even after calling AAA. Yeah, that makes sense. Can you tell which of the following statements is false? What? We just have an increment function. Oh my gosh, how can I get rid of this? Count is 7. A is 7. B is 6. A and B equal 7 and 6. Yes. After the first call of increment where A is defined, A equals 7 and count equals 5. The statement is not false. Oh, sorry. False. I should read. A and B equals 7. After the first call of increment where A is defined, this is not correct. What? Oh no, count is 5. Yeah, here. In the end, count will equal 10. That's not true. There we go. Count does not change after the first 2 calls of increment. Only in the final expression is count changed. Makes sense. RTFM indeed, Jordan. But you know how it is. You know how we do. You know how we do. Are you functional? Okay. Now that you've acquired some skills in defining functions with different types of arguments, Variables are mutable like Python and JS. You can easily override values of variables at any time. Exactly. R isn't strongly typed in that fashion. Yeah, it makes sense so far. R, so far. Bunch of nerds. Friday night learning R. Bunch of nerds we are. Now that you've acquired some skills in defining functions with different types of arguments, as you noticed, it's perfectly possible to add control flow constructs, loops, and other functions. Social media example? Oh, can we get away from this? Finish the function definition for interpret. That interprets the number of profile views on a single day. Okay. Function takes one argument. Goddamn LinkedIn. Goddamn Facebook, both of them. Ugh, okay. If num views over 15, then what? If num views is greater than 15, the function print out you're popular. Great. Because that's so important. To the console and returns num views. Okay. Else, the function prints out try to be more visible. Ridiculous. Such bullshit. Sorry. It really is. It's such bullshit. And returns 0. Finally, call the interpret function twice. Interpret LinkedIn and interpret Facebook. They should both result in screw you. Okay. Make sure to call interpret. Oh, on this, sorry. LinkedIn, first value of the LinkedIn vector. 1. And the second element. There we go. Try to be more visible. The annoying thing here is that interpret only takes one argument. Oh. One-based indexing is amazing, I think. What do you mean by that, Jordan? Make return sum an optional argument. Zero-based indexing messes with my head whenever I do JavaScript or Python. You need to clarify for me. I is noob. I know develop. Interpret function num views. If num views over than 15, print blah blah blah. Return num views. Else print try to be more visible. Return 0. Make return sum an optional argument that is true by default. Return sum. Because they count from 0. Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, I know. And R starts at 1, I know. For me, it makes more sense to start at 0. Because I learned JS first. This is the thing. I think that's just the way your brain gets configured. But I'm sure that if I do a lot of R now, that it will kind of retweak it in my head to start at 1. So return sum should be optional. That's fine. Count 0. Inside the for loop, iterate over all views. In every iteration, add the result of the interpret v to count. Count is count plus interpret v. Well, we can just say plus v, right? For v in views, do count plus v. Remember that interpret v returns v for popular days and 0 otherwise. At the same time, interpret v will also do some printouts. Oh wait, no, so we do need to interpret the. Interpret the. Okay, if return sum is true, return count. Oh, it definitely matters what you learn first, because then it gets stuck in your head. Yeah. But I watched a YouTube video a few years back where a guy forced himself to relearn how to ride a bicycle where the steering was the other way around. You know, because when you push the handlebar, when you push to the right, then the bicycle goes left. But on a motorbike, when you push the handlebar to the right, the motorbike goes right because of centrifugal force, like some physics concept. And so he forced himself to learn how to ride a bicycle the other way. Which it like proved that you can retrain your brain to some extent, but it was still super awkward. Yeah, goddamn indeed. That would probably literally kill me. Yeah, don't try this. Don't try this. Just go watch the YouTube video and then it's fine. Else return null. See, this wouldn't be necessary in SQL. Because in SQL, else null is a default statement. Call this newly defined function on both LinkedIn and Facebook. Interpret all LinkedIn. Interpret all Facebook. Run it. You're popular. Try to be more visible. Perfect. Have a look at the results. It appears that the sum of views on popular days are the same for Facebook and LinkedIn. What a coincidence. This is terrible. They could have done something so much more useful here, honestly. And it is coincidence that my t-shirt matches my Chrome browser today. I'm a huge fan of this color, Bermuda. I love it. My favorite color is actually midnight blue. If you don't know what midnight blue is, it's this color. Although I should actually look up the Pantone version because that's the real one. This color. I love this color. It is so satisfying for me. But I really also like Bermuda. I think they call it Bermuda. Yeah, this one. Pretty close to what I'm wearing today. Honestly, wait till you start to learn the tidyverse. At that point, it becomes so much more practical to something you'd actually do. I believe that. I believe that. I think that packages like with deployer and things like Shiny and stuff like that, I believe that R is more powerful than learn tidyverse before learning basic R. Really? Huh. Interesting. Why would you say that? Don't you require the basics of R to operate in the tidyverse? I mean, you do need some basic R to understand that, no? Packages. Okay. I mean, I know about packages. I've tried one before. I've tried ggplot. That's the one we're working with today. There are two basically blah blah blah. Install packages and library. Exactly. So install packages ggplot 2. Before starting, execute the following commands in the console. Search to look at currently attached packages. Because you can do more things quicker and you're not going to get frustrated looping over vectors of LinkedIn followers. Yeah. Touché, my friend. Touché. You still need to learn the important stuff like loops and indexing. Okay, but I know a lot of that stuff from general programming knowledge, so. Just to get started and see the value of R, learning tidyverse is great. Okay, but I think I need to know R anyway, so. But I see your point, yeah, I can see your point. Retry, okay, so this is not here. Qplot, MT cars, the famous MT cars. Variable MT, WT, MT cars, horsepower. To build a plot of two variables. See, this is something that you cannot plot this in SQL in the same way. At least you can't visualize it afterwards. And like things like scatter plot and stuff like that are just so important for understanding the data set. And so I was doing stuff like putting the SQL code into Metabase to use charts, right? And I think BI notebooks are going in that direction. And secret, if you're watching this, I will be soon doing a stream about BI notebooks, because I think this is the direction that it's going, is combining code with visualization and description, like being able to actually describe what you did in full beautiful text and formatting, right? And custom visualization and things. So tools like observable HQ or count.co and things like that. But yeah, I'm planning on doing a couple of streams around those tools, because I'd really like to dig a bit deeper, and I'll also look at some custom stuff like D3, which is the JavaScript based visualization tool or engine framework, I guess. Because in the end, like, you just have data and you just have to put that data into a readable data frame that can be used by a chart that you define the arguments for. So okay, so we want to install ggplot so that we can use it. So fix the error, load the ggplot. Make sure you are loading and not installing the package. Oh yeah, because load ggplot to run. Okay. Did we load it? That didn't work, right? Oh, it was library. Okay. Ooh! Our first visual! Nice. Super exciting. I'm now a data visualization expert. Finally, check out the attached packages again. Search. And this was this, right? Submit. Very cool. Very, very cool. Blah, blah, blah. So this exercise shows us different ways to load a package, and this will be the last exercise of this chapter. The next chapter will be to apply stuff. Oof. Apply and stuff like that. And I think we will do those next week. I think. Let's see how far we get now. Library and require functions are not very picky. Blah, okay. Yeah, getting a bit late here, like 11:45. It's an hour behind for you, Jordan, but select the option that lists all of the chunks. Oh. That do not generate an error. Okay, library require, that's fine. This is also fine. I think. I don't know about this one. This one doesn't work. But chunk 4 is the one. Okay, so 1 and 2 don't generate any errors. Can you figure out why the last two aren't valid? Yes. Because our JSON, the argument was passed wrong. Because you need to pass it in quotes. And you can't load multiple packages in one library call, I think. So that's that. Yes and yes, wonderful. Thank you, Jordan. Yeah, that is it for today. We will continue with this next week on Monday. For those who are here for the first time, thank you very much for joining. If you're not familiar with how the stream ends, then you will find out very shortly. Because we always have a little ending ritual, you know, just to keep things interesting. As always, I'm available for questions. If you want to reach out, you can just find me on LinkedIn, or you can even book a meeting with me. I think. Can't remember if I disabled that command. Or there was one about website. You can book a call with me on my website via Calendly. If you want to have a chat, I'm always happy to chat to everyone. I feel that we can all learn from each other, which is the reason that I'm doing this. So I will transition over to our ending credits. And that also means we have to start the ritual. And I'm hoping that the credits come up this time, because they didn't come up last time, but now they're working again, which is perfect. This is the chance for me to say thank you to everyone who joined in today and helped me learn again R, or learn more R. I don't know how you would even say this. Learner. We had Ruben, Jordan, McRambe, and Etienne as new followers. Welcome. If you want the beautiful bar charts in front of your names, then you can become a subscriber. But of course, that's not necessary. And we had, again, lots of cheering going on today, exclusively from White Panther. So thank you very much again for those bits. That is everything for today, and we shall be seeing each other again hopefully on Monday. And we are going to raid someone, of course, because that is the thing that we do. So we're going to check who is around. Who is around? I think today we are going to raid someone very special. We are going to raid my namesake. It's actually quite funny. I didn't think anyone else on Twitch would be named Two Shoes. But as it turns out, there are other people that, that are named Two Shoes as well. Or have Two Shoes in their name, rather. And so we shall be raiding X Two Shoes. He's an Irish guy, does some gaming, So some light stuff now going into later in the evening. I hope you have fun, and do say hello to him in chat, because of course people always appreciate that when they get a raid, that they can say hello to their new incoming raiders. And that's it. So see you Monday. Bye bye.